We have no rain at Newton High School, but we do have a lead by the Rams of 4 points. Rams with Matt Easterday getting mauled inside as he tries to dish the ball off to Kibway Stanfield. And they call the foul against Rockdale's Thad Maddox, who's done pretty much everything in this game. He's four out of something from the field. He has a total of 8 points. Matt Easterday will be at the charity stripe where the Rams are 4 out of 4. Make it 4 out of 5, though, as Easterday misses here to begin the second quarter of play. Rams 22-18 leaders here, looking to move on to Friday night's big action against Parkview. Easterday makes his second, make it 23-18 Rams. Rockdale bringing it down with Cornell Swift, and the ball will go back the Rams' way as it goes off of Ricky Collier. The Rams put a lot of pressure on Rockdale in the backcourt. You like to see that, especially at this level, and Rams have been successful with it after falling down by 6 early. They're now up by 5. Bryce Avery, the pass nearly stolen, but tipped out of bounds by Demetrius Flournoy. Newton will have the ball back. Cantrell Horton will be the man to pass it in. Horton with 2 points so far in this game. Easterday gets his first shot blocked, but gets his own rebound, and his second one also blocked. Ball's going to go back to the Rams. Easterday had no room to shoot inside. Rockdale was all over him both times. No foul called either time. Rams will try it once again. Horton to pass it in. Gives it to Bryce Avery. Avery with the outside shot. It is close but no good. Rebound Thad Maddox. Pass stolen by Easterday. As the pass goes in and Stanfield attempts the shot, it's no good. Rockdale gets the ball back, taking it down and bobbling momentarily is Cornell Swift. Swift with it picked off by Bryce Avery. So both teams coming out a little tentative here, playing a little bit too quickly and a little too fast-paced here. Billy Hendricks will try to slow things down. Easterday will dish it out. Bryce Avery just inside the three-point arc, and it's good. Sweet shot from Bryce Avery. First 2 points of this quarter gives him 8 for the game. Cornell Swift into Ricky Collier. Collier looking for the man, and he's got him, and that's Maddox. Maddox's layup, though, no good. Easterday with the rebound. Coming back down for the Rams, and he's going to slow it down here. Gives it to Bryce Avery. Avery letting all his teammates get down court. Dishes to Cantrell Horton. Horton trying to go inside, and the Rams will get the ball back. It was tipped away by Demetrius Flournoy, but the Rams will get it back. 25-18. Newton on top. Rockdale's yet to score in this quarter. They've had some opportunities to do so. Dish to Matt Easterday for 3 is no good. After being tipped for a moment, the rebound comes down to William Hawkins, and the Rams post player puts in another hoop, making it 27-18. Now the Rockdale Bulldogs come down court, and there's that press again. And it's tough to try to run an offense, especially when you're being pressured like that in the back court, and you can tell the Rams have disrupted the offensive momentum of the Bulldogs here. Corey Holcomb dishing to Demetrius Flournoy, trying to go inside, but it's picked off by Stanfield. Stanfield out to Easterday. Matt Easterday looking for anybody, finds Bryce Avery over in the corner. Avery trying to set something up. Rams with 4 players out on the wing and 1 man down low, and he comes out and pops about a 15-footer. It's no good, though. Rockdale with the rebound. They come down with Swift. Swift being pressured by a double team. Dishes off to Collier. Collier out to Holcomb. Holcomb near mid-court. Going back to Cornell Swift. His shot is up, and it is good. Rockdale's first 2 points of the quarter make it 27-20. Here comes Cantrell Horton and the Newton Rams, trying to add to the 7-point lead here. They go to Easterday. Easterday inside. Stanfield. Shot is up and good. It was tipped by Cornell Swift, but Stanfield, after not starting this game, has 6 points off the bench for the Rams. I'm to understand that he starts a lot of the games, but they had Richie Cleary in there in his place this time. Rockdale with the shot from Maddox. No good. The tip back in is no good. Avery pulls down the rebound. Little Bryce Avery doing some jumping. Avery taking it almost coast to coast. Now dishes it off. Stanfield at the basket. Make it 31-20. Stanfield with 8 points, and the Rams playing some exciting basketball here. A timeout has been called by the Rockdale Bulldogs. Newton has gone on a 9-2 run here to make it 31-20. We've got 4:45 left in the second quarter of action. You are listening to the 8 Quad A South Tournament, basketball tournament here at Newton High School. We'll be back with more here on WGFS AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations. And you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
And welcome back to Newton High School in the Region 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament. For the Newton Rams, 31 points so far. Richie Cleary with 4, Cantrell Horton with 2, William Hawkins and Kibwe Stanfield each with 8 points. Bryce Avery also with 8 points, so a three-way tie for your leading scorer. Matt Easterday has contributed a point to the effort as well. Rockdale with the basketball, the inbounds pass taken by Corey Holcomb. Holcomb having to deal with the press here. Dishing to Demetrius Flournoy. The ball is stolen by the Rams. Horton giving it to Stanfield. Stanfield off the glass and good, and the foul. Kibwe Stanfield has absolutely come alive here. Foul is called on Demetrius Flournoy, his second. 33-20, Rams on top. And Kibwe Stanfield going to try to add to his 10-point effort. Try to make this one a 3-point play. And this shot is up and no good. So the Rams are 1 out of 3 in this quarter as far as the free throw thing is concerned. Rockdale taking it down the court with Ricky Collier. Collier looking for a drive to the basket, couldn't find it, so he has to dish back out to Corey Holcomb. Holcomb looking for the same, throws up a shot, and it is no good. Richie Cleary with the rebound. Cleary loses it, but it's recovered for the Newton Rams by Cedric Farley, who's into the action. He dishes to Horton. Horton out to Hawkins. It's missed there, and Rockdale pulls it back. Rockdale down court with Corey Holcomb. 2 dribbles, a shot. It's no good. Rebound for the Rams by William Hawkins. Hawkins dishes to Horton, and the Rams will start it up again. Billy Hendricks shouting directions to his team. Up by 13. Going to Richie Cleary. Cleary for 3, and it's good. And that one was a good 3 feet behind the three-point arc. Richie Cleary may be a big guy, but he can shoot it like one of those outside guys. Dish to Corey Holcomb as Rockdale coming down court here with Collier. Collier has the pass picked off by Richie Cleary. The man is agile for a big guy. Cedric Farley looking for room to the basket. He has got it. The 10-footer no good. Farley with his own rebound, but taken away by Cornell Swift. Swift dribbling down, going to Collier. Collier the shot up and good. 6 points for Ricky Collier. It's 36-22. Newton Rams on top. 3:03 left in the second quarter. Just a reminder, the Newton girls will be playing right after the guys' game. Cantrell Horton off the pick, has to dish back out, though, as he has no shot. Cedric Farley saves it from going out of bounds. Richie Cleary looking for it to give it to him on the post, but he couldn't do so. Farley couldn't, so he had to give it to Horton. Horton now back to Farley. Farley, Cleary for 3. This one is blocked. The rebound out near the 3-point arc by Stanfield. Gets it back, gives it back out to Horton. The Rams will reset it. Richie Cleary looking for his second 3 of the game, but that one was definitely blocked. Horton's 3-point attempt is no good. Cleary with the rebound. He puts it back in. 2 more points for him. Give him 9 for the game. 38-22. Rams pick another one off on the press. They go to Horton. Horton, and it's good. Man, this Ram team, when they press properly, is absolutely dangerous. And they are up by 18 now, 40-22. Inbounds pass to Collier. Rams double-teaming him with the press. They go to Holcomb. Holcomb's going to get it past half court with his speed. That man is very fast. And that shot is blocked. Myron Terry goes up and gets absolutely stuffed. 42, Richie Cleary with the foul. Don't think it was Cleary that had the block. It happened kind of quick, and to be honest, folks, I missed who had the block, but it was somebody who got the body all over that one. So Bryce Avery will come into the action here for Newton. Myron Terry will be at the stripe shooting a pair. His first one is no good. Rockdale only 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Their 5th shot of the game is also no good. Bounces off the front of the rim. Horton takes the rebound, goes out to Bryce Avery. Avery laying it back up over the glass, and the Rams will see if they get a basket out of this. Kibwe Stanfield is trying to slam it home, but he pulled down the rim before the ball came in. So we'll see what the call is going to be. Rockdale will get the ball back. It's going to be a foul of some kind, and Cleveland Stroud was looking for the technical there. Kibwe Stanfield, as the ball was up, pulled the rim down before the ball got down. So Rockdale will try it again here with Corey Holcomb. Holcomb's shot is up after dribbling, no good. And the pass back out by Marcus Barnes, stealed by the Rams. So they'll come back down here. 1:34 left. They go to Bryce Avery. Avery back to Horton. Horton thought about shooting it. Backs off a couple of steps now. Tries to look for something better, but his pass is stolen. Ricky Collier. Dishing off Cornell Swift. And they're going to make it past half court. Rams not pressing this time. Up by 18. They give it to Barnes. Barnes near the three-point arc. Gives it to Swift, who gives it to Collier. And somebody stepped on the out-of-bounds line. I think it was Ricky Collier. So the Rams will get it back. 1:11 is what we have left here in quarter number 2. And Kibwe Stanfield goes to the Ram bench, and he's wincing. I'm not sure what from, but he may be in some pain down there. So they're going to pull Stanfield out of there for the remainder, I'd imagine, of this second quarter. Meanwhile, here comes Bryce Avery along with the Rams. Rockdale trying a little bit of a press, but the Rams get out of it, going to Horton. Horton back to Bryce Avery. Michael Dunn is in the action for Newton. Horton is going to attempt a three-pointer here, and it bounces up, no good. Rockdale pulling down the board. We're at 49 seconds left to play. Zatarius Cook with the pass, but no one's there. It goes out of bounds, and Newton will get the ball back. Michael Dunn will throw this one in. The Rams look kind of shaky early on, but they have certainly gained momentum since then. This quarter, they have outscored the Rockdale Bulldogs 18-4. Avery going to Horton. Horton to the opposite side, and it's picked off by the Bulldogs. Loose ball on the floor. We'll see where the foul is. There's the whistle. And it's going to be on Bryce Avery. Don't fall to Avery for that one, though. That's aggressiveness as he's going after the loose ball, and in the process of doing so, he collided with Meyer and Terry. Just so happened they called the foul on Bryce Avery, but you certainly can't fault the young man for that. So Rockdale will take it once again here. 28 seconds left. They start the offensive setup with Corey Holcomb. Holcomb inside to Zatarius Cook. Now back out to midcourt as Marcus Barnes had to go retrieve a loose ball. And Holcomb will set this thing back up again. They're going to play for a final shot more than likely. We've got 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. Seconds count down. Holcomb nearly has the ball stolen. He takes on kind of a desperation shot. No good. Second shot, no good, but the foul. That was Marcus Barnes who was fouled. Marcus happened to be in the right spot at the right time. And for the Rams, Michael Dunn gets the foul on the push. So Rockdale back to the free throw line. In this quarter, Rockdale has not scored a point from that free throw line. In fact, they've only scored 4 points from the field in the entire quarter. 40-22, the Rams on top. The first shot is bouncing, and good. For Barnes, that is his first point of this game. Leading scorer for the Bulldogs, Thad Maddox. He had 8, but has been silenced in this second quarter. Second shot is good. Rams with 1 second left. Cleary trying to throw something up and bounces off the top of the glass. No good. Well, we end our first half of action here with the Newton Rams having dominated the second quarter of play and on top 40-24. We're going to take a break and analyze this thing so far as your Rams on top by 16 points. You are listening to the Region 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament. It is live, I do mean it, right here on WGFS AM 1430.
Well, it's cough and cold season, and when you have those cough, cold, sneezy, drippy, itchy problems, when you get the red eyes and you take the medicine, you get droopy, drowsy, ornery, and not feeling any better, that's the time to come by City Pharmacy or Option Care. Let us evaluate you, look at the different symptoms that you have, and recommend a drug of choice. And we'll also look for any potential drug interactions with medications that you are currently on. That's City Pharmacy on the Square and Option Care in the Covington Corners Shopping Center.
How about now? Is that good enough for you, Chris Bridges?
We are on. I don't believe it. Was that a cue or what?
No, that's about as good a cue as you can have.
Can't beat that.
Welcome back to Newton High School in the 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament. I'm Kevin Holden, and if you hadn't guessed it, that's Chris Bridges. Chris with the Covington News. And Chris, you've had a chance to see this Newton Ram boys basketball team throughout the year do its magic, and talk about the press and how much it can do for a team. With the Rams down early, the press got them back into this game, and really they ran away with this thing. The 18-6 run in quarter number 2, and due largely to that press.
Right. Well, what we saw early in this game is something that every coach fears during tournament time. When you get into a situation where it's one loss and the season is over, anything can happen. And sometimes the players are a little more nervous, say, compared to if they were to play Rockdale County during the year where they're a lot more loose. I know that's a rivalry and you want to play well and that type of thing, but during the year, Newton really didn't have a lot of trouble with Rockdale. That's in the back of your mind. Plus, too, they know, I mean, we all know upsets can happen. And you lose tonight, those 20-point wins during the year really don't matter. They don't matter at all, in fact. So Newton came out a little tight, but like you said, they turned it up on defense like they have all year. That's something that Coach Hendricks stresses. He preaches defense. That from day one, the very first time I talked to him when he came here, he talked about defense, and that's what he stresses, and that's what turned this game around tonight. Like you said, I believe it was the 18-6 run that they had, and kind of show you, too, a little bit about the balance of the Newton team. I know when you say Newton High School Rams basketball, you talk about, everyone likes to talk about Cantrell Horton, but Horton in the first half, 4 points, but yet Newton's winning 40-24, and that's one thing that's kind of been consistent all year. Horton hasn't had the big 53-night games, but when you have 2 or 3 guys who score 20, 25 points a game, you don't need that, and that's taken a lot of pressure off him, and it's made him a better overall player as far as he's been one of their rebounding leaders, and he is their assist leader.
The best part, as you mentioned, with him being the assist leader, is being able to dish off to folks who can score, and right now he's got tremendous support. Kibwe Stanfield coming off the bench, the Rams' leading scorer of the first half with 10 points. Richie Cleary with 9, and William Hawkins with 8, so he's got plenty of talent to dish it off to. Bryce Avery also with 8 points.
What radio station are we on?
Right. Like we said, with Kibwe Stanfield, he didn't start the game, but he came off the bench. Kibwe has started several of the games this season, but tonight came off the bench. That's something Coach Hendricks has done throughout the year. He's kind of changed up that 5th starting spot, and tonight Richie Cleary got the start, but Kibwe came in not long after that. And as you say, he's the scoring leader in the first half. So when you have 2, 3, sometimes 4 guys that you can dish the ball off to, it takes a lot of pressure off of you. And like I say, Horton's point average may not be as high as it was last year, but there are many people who feel, myself included, Coach Hendricks included, that his overall play has improved. Sometimes you can't tell that just by looking at the stat sheet, but when you see him play every night, you know that he has improved as an overall player.
Now let's contrast with the Rockdale Bulldogs, who went out to an early lead here and really showed a lot more aggressiveness early on, but at the same time, if it's possible to say this, a lot more control. The Rams were really coming out running almost too much, maybe a little jittery. Rockdale looked a little more confident in the first part of that first quarter, taking a 6-point lead, but since then it's been kind of a collapse.
Right. Well, they came out with a game plan. They went with the box-and-one defense on Cantrell Horton, and to a sense, they have shut him down some. But like I said, when you've got other guys who have scored, like Kibwe has scored in the first half, William Hawkins has had a good first half, Bryce Avery has had a good first half, and when you have that balance, the type of defense that Rockdale was running early is not going to be as effective as the game goes on. And once Newton adjusted to it, they had it figured out. They took the lead, and they're up to a 16-point lead right now.
What do you think about having the sub-region basketball tournament right here at Newton High School, where Newton has struggled in the last few years to try to regain a little of the prowess that they've had from before, but seem to be able to do so with this team? What do you think that means to have this happen in front of the home folks?
Well, you always like to have the tournament at your place. Number one, you don't have to travel. You can go to school, be relaxed, not have to worry about getting on a bus, going here, going there. When are we leaving? How many buses are we taking up? Or are the girls going to play at this time, or the boys going to play at this time? So it's always good. You always want the tournament at your place. I don't care what kind of tournament it is. You always want to play at home. I'm a little bit surprised at the low turnout that we have here right now for the first game. I know it's early, and games usually don't start at 5:30 during the week. But there's been a few people shuffling in here as the game goes on. I'm sure the crowd will probably get bigger as the night goes on because we got the Newton girls who play next. But like I said, you always want to have the tournament at home regardless. It's always an advantage for you.
Chris, you have any results from the first night of the tournament? I don't have anything with me, and got into talking about it. I know that Parkview is going to be the team that the Rams will be playing Friday night, but what about the other 2 games?
Okay. Well, I don't have any final scores, but I know, let's see, last night in the girls bracket, Winder Barrow eliminated Rockdale, and let's see, Brookwood eliminated Shiloh. So the winner of the second game tonight, Parkview and Newton girls, will play Brookwood Friday night at 7 o'clock. On the boys' side, Brookwood eliminated Burkmar. Not so much a surprise that Brookwood won that game, but I believe I saw a glance at a final score earlier, and it was by a pretty good margin, which was kind of surprising because, like I said, Newton had no trouble at all this year with Brookwood in either game, yet Burtmar beat Newton once this year. So it just goes back like you and I were talking on Saturday. It's just been one of those wild years in the region, and anything can happen.
And now as far as the Newton Rams are concerned, you're going to see tonight's Parkview Winder Barrow game. If the Rams can win this game, they'll take on Parkview more than likely. I mean, we don't want to count Winder out of this thing, but Parkview comes in with a record of 15-7. Winder Barrow is the last seed, the number 7 seed in this tournament, and has lost it. For example, the Rams beat them by 47 earlier, and
I mean, you know, like I said, anything can happen in a tournament, but more than likely, if this game holds up here, it'll be Newton and Parkview on Friday night at 8:30.
This being the case, I don't want to give away any future things, but what are your thoughts about if they could play that here at this gym?
That's the game of the year right there, in my opinion. You've got a trip to the region playoffs on the line, and this gym should be packed Friday night. If that matchup comes up, that's the marquee matchup. It's at 8:30. It should be a big crowd, and like I said, that's a game. When you play Parkview, you want them here at home.
You see his smiling face on the Covington News every time it comes out. His name is Chris Bridges. Chris, thanks for a little halftime analysis. Maybe I'll see you in the postgame.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Newton Rams on top 40-24. We're going to keep it here because the third quarter is just about to get underway, and with the Rams with this 16-point lead, we'll go down the points again here for both teams. Starting with the Rams, they have a total of 40 points here in the first half, led by Stanfield with 10. Richie Cleary has 9, Hawkins with 8, Bryce Avery also with 8, Cantrell Horton has 4, Matt Easterday has 1 point in the effort. For the Bulldogs, the leading scorer is Thad Maddox. He has 8, Ricky Collier with 6, Corey Holcomb with 6, Cornell Swift has added a bucket, and Marcus Barnes with a pair of free throws has also added a pair. Rockdale takes it here to start the third quarter. Down by 16, they've got to try to come up with something on offense. So the Rockdale Bulldogs now going to our right here from the scorers table at Newton High School, and the Rams going to the left as they switch baskets here for half number 2. Ball inside to Maddox. Maddox trips, but we're going to see a foul called on Bryce Avery. As Thad Maddox tripped, but Avery kind of played a part in it, not intentionally, but Avery will be called for the foul. It is the Rams' first team foul of the second half. So Rockdale will start it up once again. They have Ricky Collier to start it out, going to Corey Holcomb. Holcomb has spent virtually the entire game in there. Holcomb going into Cornell Swift. Swift driving, but packed by Stanfield. Rebound, Cantrell Horton. Horton dishing it to Bryce Avery. Avery pulling up for the jumper, no good. Horton trying for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds and back to Rockdale. Cantrell Horton is such a physical force on those boards. He gets up high, but the disadvantage to that sometimes a little wild up there, and he kind of batted his own rebound away. Bulldogs with the inbounds. Cornell Swift going to take it past midcourt. And he's going to dish it back to Holcomb to crank this thing up. A lot of activity under the boards here. Cantrell Horton and Bryce Avery trying to play some defense under there. Passes the Rams momentarily batted, now dished out. And stolen by Matt Easterday. And then stolen right back by Corey Holcomb. So Easterday wasn't looking, and Holcomb came up right behind him and stole that one. The shot from Maddox takes a couple of bounces off the rim, but it's no good. Dish back out, and the Rams will have the ball now. William Hawkins going to give it to Trail Horton. You heard Chris Bridges talking about it. Trail Horton hasn't had those 53-point efforts, but he's been able to help his teammates score, and the Rams are, I think, a better team as a result. Looking to go to 18-4. Inside, Stanfield looking for the hoop. Doesn't get it, but he gets the foul. And the referee headed for the scores table, and we will see that it is on Ricky Collier, his second of this game.
Collier with the personal, his second. First team foul, Rockdale.
And so Stanfield will go to the line, and he's going to shoot a pair to try to add to his team-leading 10 points. First shot is up, and it is no good. He has missed with his last 2. In fact, he's 0 for 2 from the free throw line this afternoon. 6:43 remaining in the third quarter. It's exciting basketball action from the Newton High School gym. The second free throw attempt, no good. So Rockdale will crank it back up again with Cornell Swift. Swift going to Holcomb. Holcomb looks and finds Ricky Collier, looking for the man down low, decides otherwise. Now receiving pressure, finds Maddox. Maddox with the 10-footer, it's good. Maddox now with 10 points. That's his first bucket, though, since the first quarter. It's now 40-26. Horton out for Easterday in the right corner. Comes into Stansfield. Stansfield 3-foot shot, no good though. Rockdale gets it back, dishing out the shot and the bucket. That is Demetrius Flournoy with the bucket there. The assist goes to Cornell Swift. 40-28. Rams will try it once again with Cantrell Horton, who's been leading this offense. He puts one up and in. Horton looking for the drive, and he was falling away from the basket and kissed it off the glass and in. So another pair of points for Horton. Corey Holcomb now looking for a drive to the basket, and he is stuffed by William Hawkins. And Bryce Avery finds the ball as it's headed out of bounds and gives it to Horton, and the Rams will get the ball back here and try to extend the lead to 16. The Rams went on the 18-6 run in the second quarter, and it has been all Rams ever since about halfway through that first quarter. Shot no good from Hawkins. On the rebound, we see a foul. This foul, I think, is against one of the Newton Ram players. It is. It's Trail Horton with the push.
Trail Horton with the personal, his second.
It is his second foul. And with the 14-point lead, Rockdale will try to make something happen here. Just a reminder that the Newton girls play right after the boys do, and the girls will play the Parkview Panthers. That'll be at about 7 o'clock. Rockdale with Thad Maddox dribbling down, loses the ball out of bounds, so the Rams will get it back. Rockdale with 4 points so far in this quarter. The Rams with only 2. Been kind of a low-scoring quarter. A lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. Bryce Avery to Matt Easterday. Easterday going to attempt the 3, and it's good. So Matt Easterday brings his point output all the way up to 4. He'd only had 1 point before then. Here's a shot by Thad Maddox of Rockdale after a couple of good passes, but the shot's no good, and Horton gets the ball back for the Rams. So right now for Rockdale, absolutely nothing can go right. Horton to Bryce Avery. Avery with the shot. It's no good. Stanfield looking for the board, but couldn't find it. Coming down now the Rockdale Bulldogs with Cornell Swift. Swift will hold up. He'll give to Holcomb, and Holcomb will try to reset this offense here. Goes back to Swift. Swift into Maddox. Maddox from the free throw line attempts the shot. No good. Holcomb with the quote rebound, if you can call it, as it was headed out of bounds. Shot no good by Ricky Collier. The Rams pull it back, and there's, yes, Cantrell Horton. Horton past center court, looking for Easterday. Easterday in the corner, being pressured. He's going to have to give it back to somebody here, and he's going to give it back to Bryce Avery. Avery had pulled out, and now he's up at the top. Looking for Easterday on the other corner now. They go inside to Hawkins. Hawkins with virtually no pressure, but one of the Rockdale men step up, and the shot is no good. Hawkins will get a chance once again as Easterday pulls it, dishes it to him, and Hawkins with the basket gives him 10 now for the game. Rams up 47-28. 19-point lead, the largest so far in this game for the Rams. There's a steal by Kibwe Stanfield, and Stanfield is fouled on his way to the basket. It'll be against, I believe, Holcomb. Yes, it is.
For 22, Corey.
It is Corey Holcomb. It is his first foul.
Second team foul, Rockdale.
And I believe Stanfield is going to shoot a pair of free throws. Kibwe Stanfield, who hasn't been the best free throw shooter in this game, he's 0 for 3. Will be shooting a pair, but not before Richie Cleary checks in for Matt Easterday. Rams will get a little more size in there with Cleary, but of course, Richie Cleary, a very agile athlete. Saw him make a three-pointer in the second quarter, and he pulls down his share of boards and has his share of steals as well. And Stanfield steps up and drills his first made free throw. This one, he's now 1 out of 4. Next one is up and good. So Stanfield, after missing 3 straight, makes these 2, and the Rams with a 21-point lead. It is 49-28. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. The pass is about 4 rows up into the bleachers, and so the Rams will get the ball back. Rockdale trying to force things here on offense. When you're down by 21 midway through the third quarter, you've really got to struggle to do anything to make things happen on offense, and you can't fault Rockdale, but they're unfortunately trying too hard, and passes going up into the third or fourth row of the bleachers. Bryce Avery driving, looking for the shot in desperation. It's no good. Rockdale with the rebound, pulling it down to Demetrius Flournoy. Drives it to the hoop and puts it in for another basket. Kibwe Stanfield on the other end with the shot. That one's no good. Rebound Rockdale. Collier going to pull this one out to Holcomb. Holcomb looking for Swift, who thought about the 3, then dished into Maddox, and I think Maddox got the foul. No, it's a turnover, and the Rams will get the ball. Maddox, I think, possibly with a double dribble there. 19-point lead for the Rams. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in quarter number 3. We are at the Sub-Region 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament, Newton High School, Covington, Georgia. Those of you in the area who like basketball and you like good, exciting basketball, you don't want to miss this Ram team. They are amazing. Richie Cleary for three. This one is no good. Hits off the front of the rim. Trail Horton with the kiss off the glass. That was a reverse layup and a nice shot by Cantrell Horton. Went under the basket and brought it back up over the glass for the hoop. Rockdale bringing it in. Maddox will be leaving and Dunn will be checking in. Cornell Swift, who has 2 points so far in this game, will get a chance to add to that effort. And his first one is no good. Rockdale, with their first attempted free throw of the third quarter, does not go in. Swift will try it once again, and this one is good. Gives him 3 points in this game. Richie Cleary taking it down for the Rams. He finds a man under. Hawkins' first shot no good, but he pulls down his own board. Second shot no good. And a foul is going to be called on Dunn for the push, and that draws the reaction from the Newton sideline. You can hear the Newton crowd as well. So Michael Dunn gets called for it. It is his second foul, and he and a lot of the folks on the Newton side weren't very happy with that call, but nonetheless it goes down, and the Rams, still up by 20 with 2:13 left here, will contend with this Rockdale offense. Swift dishing off here. Ricky Collier pulls up with the 10-footer. It's no good. Rebound, Michael Dunn for the Rams. Dunn going to dribble it up and decides better of it. Gives to Horton. Horton coming up, pulls up the three-pointer. It's no good. The rebound out to Swift. So Swift is going to be guarded by Horton here. He's almost all alone, coast to coast for the basket. That gives him 3 in the quarter and 5 in the game. Make it 51-33 in favor of the Rams. An 18-point lead. Rockdale with 9 points in this quarter. Rams have put up a pretty good effort as well with 11. Richie Cleary was looking for Michael Dunn, but the pass right through his hands out of bounds, and so Rockdale will get a chance to have this one back. The inbounds pass, Holcomb going to dish it back to Demetrius Flournoy. Flournoy to Swift, now back to Flournoy, back to Holcomb now. Holcomb to Swift. Swift up trying to set his offense here as they're going to let him try to do this point thing for a little while. Corey Holcomb is fighting a double team, dishes it to Swift. Swift inside to Maddox. Maddox, the shot up and no good. Kentrell Horton with the rebound. You know, Maddox had a good drive to the basket there. Wonder why he didn't take advantage. Nonetheless, the Rams will take it. They have the ball, and Kentrell Horton dishes to Richie Cleary. Here comes a three-point attempt. It's good. Don't discount Richie Cleary. He may look kind of like a center, but he can shoot it like a guard, no doubt about it. Another three-pointer, his second of this game, gives the Rams a 21-point lead, and a three-pointer in a situation like that can be absolutely devastating. Cantrell Horton for the Rams, pulling the ball back down. Rockdale missed that shot with Ricky Collier. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. The Rams, for the first half of this first quarter, kind of sweat it out a little bit. Richie Cleary attempting the three. That one's good. It's his second straight three-pointer. Gives him 3 3-pointers overall in the game. He now has 15 points. 14 seconds left. Rockdale going inside to Swift. Swift laying it up and in over the swat of William Hawkins. Swift with 5 points in the quarter. 1 second left. Trail Horton, one last shot, and it's no good. So the Newton Rams in the quarter, once again staying dominant. They now have a 22-point lead. They outscore their opponents in this quarter by 6 and make it 57-35. Your Newton Rams on top. It is the 8 Quad A South Sub-Region Basketball Tournament. We'll be back with more after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Where can you find the best entertainment on television? On HBO, on Covington Cable TV. HBO features the best in box office movies, the best original movies, the best in entertainment. For HBO, call Covington Cable TV at 385-2044. For the best in movies, the best in entertainment, it's HBO. Call Covington Cable TV, 385-2044. 385-2044.
Leave it to Remington to bring you everything you need to bag a turkey. The tightest patterns, the heaviest payloads. Come to Piedmont Outdoors and ask for Remington Premier Magnum Turkey Loads. In handy 10-packs, Premier Turkey Loads give you polymer buffered, extra hard copper-plated shot, along with olive drab hulls and matte blackheads. Piedmont Outdoors on the access road has the full line of Remington turkey loads, including 3.5-inch 10 and 12 gauge Super Magnums and the new 3-inch 20 gauge load.
To Newton High School, where the Rockdale Bulldogs have started off this fourth quarter with a steal and a basket from Demetrius Flournoy. Make it 57-37. Richie Cleary going past half court and dribbling it down, now dishing out to Bryce Avery. For a moment, we thought he might have a clear shot to the basket. But for the Bulldogs, Myron Terry closed that off, and the Rams will try to reset things. Bryce Avery losing control of the ball momentarily, and he stepped on the midcourt line, and so Rockdale will get the ball back. The Rockdale Bulldogs, number 6 seeds going into this 8 Quad A South tournament, in danger of losing and being eliminated. In case you're wondering about the structure of this tournament, one loss and you are out. Of course, the top 2 teams, boys and girls, will make it to the region tournament. This shot is up and good from Ricky Collier, whom we've not heard from basket-wise since the second quarter. We have now. He has 8 in the game. Trail Horton going to Richie Cleary. Here's another 3, and it is no good. Michael Dunn pulls down the board, but loses it. Actually, it was hit out of bounds, and so the Rams will get it back. The number 1 seed on both the boys and girls sides get a bye. Number 2 plays number 7, 3 plays 6, and 4 plays 5. This game is the Rams number 3 against Rockdale number 6. It is likely, if the Rams win this game, that Friday night at 8:30 they'll play Parkview, the number 2 seed. The winner of that game goes to the region tournament, possibly to the state tournament at Georgia Tech. Wouldn't it be something to see the Rams there? Michael Dunn looking for something inside, but there was a turnover, and so Rockdale will get this thing back. Cleary was looking for Dunn, and Dunn against the double team, trying to make something happen there. Holcomb with the pass and nearly walked there, but got it off in time to Collier, who gives it back to Holcomb. He's looking for something, and we're going to see a charge here. And the Rams continuing terrific defense. They draw those charges quite a bit. And so Holcomb will be called with the charge. Second time, I think, in this game that he's been called with that. Rams will get it back. 18-point lead, 6 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in this affair. For the Newton Rams, important here not to let up, not to start thinking about Friday nights, and continue playing good, solid offensive and defensive basketball. You can tell that this team has terrifically improved on the defensive side the last couple of years, and that press certainly is a big help for this team. Matt Easterday attempting the three-pointer, and it's good. His second three-pointer of the half gives him 7 for the game. Rams break the 60-point mark here with 6 minutes left. Holcomb driving fast past everybody, decides to dish out, and here comes a three-point attempt from Ricky Collier. Rims in and out. Rebound, and Zatarius Cook with the shot. It's no good. Rams will get it back here. William Hawkins giving it back to Trail Horton. 5:49 left in this game. As Chris Bridges mentioned at halftime, I'm a little surprised by the sparseness of this crowd. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the time of this game, and I certainly hope the crowd won't be this sparse Friday night if the Rams can continue to play. Matt Easterday with another 3, and this one is in. So the Rams from the outside have gotten red hot here with 5 3-pointers in this half. They've helped to put Rockdale away here. It is now a 24-point lead for the Rams. 63-39 your score. 5:20 left in this game. Driving to the basket for Rockdale is Ricky Collier, but he turns the ball over. Easterday going to dish it for Hawkins. Hawkins going to have a couple of guys on him, decides to slow it down and pass out to Bryce Avery. Avery is going to look for Stanfield. Stanfield going to take the outside shot. The 18-footer is in and out. Horton with the rebound and puts it in. Cantrell Horton has a terrific vision of the court, and right there he could see that one wasn't going in. Went all the way from the three-point line in to make the rebound on the shot. Here's a steal by the Rams, and Bryce Avery is, after missing the first one, is going to put this one in. There was also a miss from William Hawkins. Hawkins missed the shot. Avery rebounded, missed his shot, and then put the next one back in. 2 more points for him, give him 10 in the game. Rockdale bringing it down here with Myron Terry. He's going to dish out. Shot is no good. A couple of taps on the rebound, and they'll give it back to Rockdale. Trail Horton with a look of disgust on his face, and we're going to see wholesale substitutions now with 4:27 left, and the Rams up by 28. This should be fun. Checking into the action here for the Rams, we see Ryan Moon. Tell you who else we see in just a moment. Cedric Farley is in there. Here's a steal by Moon, and Moon is going to fire it downfield. The baseball pass caught by Stanfield. Stanfield pulls up from 12 feet. His shot is good. Kimway Stanfield has scored at least 2 points in every quarter He had 10 in the first half, and he's added another 4 here for a 14-point effort. 69-39, the lead is now at 30. Corey Holcomb, and a turnover for Holcomb, and the Rams will once again end up with the ball. So Stanfield's going to come out, and we really do now see the wholesale substitution thing. Cedric Farley, Matt Easterday, Ryan Moon, Spencer Christian, and Michael Dunn. Those are your 5 players out on the court right now for the Rams. Farley goes to Easterday. Easterday looking for Christian but couldn't find him, and turns the ball over. Rockdale gets it back. Bounce pass inside. It's saved as it was headed out of bounds. Collier going to try a 3-pointer here, and it's good. Collier's got an unusual shooting ball, and they call a turnover on the Rams, and we're going to see Scotty Davis check into the action, and he is checking in for Easterday. So it's now Scotty Davis, Michael Dunn, Cedric Farley, Ryan Moon in there for the Rams. Rockdale also with some substitutions as we see Joel Singleton come into the action. Singleton dishes out to Corey Holcomb, who's been out there, I think, every minute of this game so far. Holcomb driving toward the basket. His shot is blocked by Moon. The rebound, Rockdale. They put it back in with Myron Terry. His first 2 points of the game make it 69-44. Christian coming down court here for the Rams, looking for a shot to the basket but couldn't find it. Now he's double-teamed, and he's going to have to look for someone. Looks for Farley and finds him. Farley on the corner looking for Ryan Moon. One dribble and out to Michael Dunn. He's going to try to put in the hook, and it's good. The hook from Michael Dunn, bringing him to 2 points here. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left in this game as Rockdale trying to come back but down by 27. That is a very tall order. And for the Bulldogs, number 32, Demetrius Flournoy, put in a basket for him. Another steal from Rockdale on the inbounds pass. That shot is up and good. Satarius Cook. And all of a sudden, it's a 23-point game. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left. Friday night at 8:30. The Rams and likely the Parkview Panthers in what could be the game of the decade at Newton High School. There's Michael Dunn. Farley dishing inside to him, and Dunn with the basket. He has 4 now. The lead is back to 25, 73-48. Rockdale, the pass past half court. They go to Flournoy, back out to Holcomb. Holcomb attempting the 3. It's no good. Scotty Davis with the rebound. Davis out to Farley. Farley going to have to get past midcourt. He did it in time. He had a double team on him. Moon out to Michael Dunn. Dunn on the inside gets blocked. So does Christian, who gets fouled in the act. And he'll go to the charity stripe for a pair. And Myron Terry gets the personal foul, which is his first. Rockdale's only committed 4 fouls here in the second half. Unfortunately, they haven't had too many points to go with it. They had 11 points in the third quarter to go with 6 in the second quarter. They've added 13 here so far in quarter number 4. First shot from Christian is no good. Spencer Christian, that is the first free throw he's attempted. He is yet to score a point in this game. His shot is up and good, so corrected. He has scored 1 point, 74-48. Less than 2 minutes to play. The next game, like we mentioned before, the Newton Ram girls will be taking on the Parkview Panthers. 3-pointer from Holcomb is an air ball, saved by the Newton Rams, and Farley is going to take it after it was saved by Scotty Davis. Now back to Davis. Davis, the low post, looking for a shot, but he got fouled, and we'll see if he's going to take any shots here. The foul committed by Corey Holcomb. That is his third. There will be no shots taken. Rams will get the ball back on the inbounds pass. They give to Christian. Christian from a couple of feet, no good. Dunn pulls down the rebound, and I think he got hacked as well. And he'll be shooting a pair. This one is on Joel Singleton. His first foul. He just checked into the action not that long ago. And we're going to see Stephen Weinert, I think that is. Perhaps that's Stefan Weinert. First shot from Dunn is up and no good. It is Stephen Weinert. And also Raymond Carr is going to check in here for the Bulldogs. Carr with nothing across the board so far tonight. Rams 74-48 with 1:30 remaining. Dunn's second shot is up and it is good. Give Dunn 5 points so far here in the fourth quarter. And the steal here by Spencer Christian. Christian nearly loses it on the dribble but regains possession. Dishes out to Farley. Farley going to give it back to Christian. Christian's shot is up and an air ball over the net. Rockdale's going to pull this thing back down. Start with Joel Singleton. 1:10 remaining here. Shiloh came in with the number 1 seed on the boys' side. Parkview with the 2 seed. The Rams were number 3. They were tied with Brookwood, but by virtue of beating Shiloh on the last regular season day, they made it to the 3 seed. Brookwood down to the 4 seed, and Brookwood disposed pretty handily of Berkmar, so Brookwood makes it to the second round. They get Shiloh, and I think that game is Thursday night. Holcomb looking, but out of bounds, looking for Raymond Carr, and the Rams will get it back. Under a minute now, 59 seconds left. A 27-point lead for your Newton Rams. It is 75-48. Coming down is Farley. Here's a shot up and no good. Michael Dunn with the rebound, and I think he got fouled. The original shot from Kerry Gilstrap, who's checked into the action. There's a young man who's going to be a tremendous athlete for the Rams the next several years. Marcus Barnes gets the foul. This means that Dunn gets to go back to the line yet again to add to his 5-point effort here. Second leading scorer in this quarter for the Rams behind Easterday, who has drained a pair of 3-pointers, giving him 6. Dunn's second shot is up, and it is good. 47 seconds remaining. The Rams up by 28 points, and nearly a steal there from Spencer Christian, who is a definite hustler on the court. He hasn't stopped running since he's checked in there. Shot is up by Singleton, no good. Pulled down by Scotty Davis. Davis is going to give to Gilstrap. Gilstrap, the very, very young, I think he's a freshman as a matter of fact, dishing out. Now Spencer Christian saves it from going out of bounds. There's that hustle again. Davis back out to Gilstrap from 18 feet. It's no good. He was off balance, and I think he may have fouled a Rockdale player in the process of going after the rebound. He did. He fouled Marcus Barnes, and so Rockdale will get the ball back. Gilstrap with his first foul. Well, as this one comes to a close, we've got 22 seconds left on the clock, and the Rams up by 28 points, 76-48. Driving toward the basket is Holcomb, but he tries to dish and it goes out of bounds. No one was looking. Holcomb with a look of dejection. You've got to remember that they have 13 seconds remaining in their season, the Rockdale Bulldogs do. They had the number 6 seed in this tournament and 1 loss, and you're out in this tournament. So with this loss, it'll be the end of the Bulldogs. Shot is up and no good, and as Newton was coming back down court, there was a foul committed, and I believe it was Kerry Gilstrap. No, it wasn't. 34, Marcus Barnes. Pardon me, that's for Rockdale, so that means that Kerry Gilstrap gets to go to the line. It's a lot better scenario for Gilstrap. He's yet to put in a point here in this game, and his first one in a 1-and-1 is no good, and there's another foul committed. And someone's going to the line to shoot too, and Michael Dunn has been drawing fouls all over the place. This one's on Marcus Barnes. It is his 4th foul.
19th foul right now.
6 seconds remaining, 76-48 your score. Shot up and good by Dunn. Dunn is 3 out of 5 here in the 4th quarter from the free throw line. Going to try to make it 4 out of 6, and he does. And the Rams are up by exactly 30 points now, 78-48. Closing seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last shot for the Bulldogs is blocked, and that's pretty much the story of this game for the Rockdale Bulldogs. The final shot of the game was very handily blocked by young Kerry Gilstrap. The Newton Rams come out on top here, 78-48. It looked a little unnerving for the first half of the first quarter, but the Rams went on a huge run in the second and third quarters of this game to put it away. And the leading scorer for the Rams is Richie Cleary, has 15 points in this game. Well, what we're going to do is take a break here and come back and try to wrap up a little post-game stuff, and after we do that, we'll send it back to the studio for a little while. And when we do that, when we come back, that is, the second time after we send it to the studio, we'll be bringing you the girls against the Parkview girls, and we'll be doing that here, well, I'd say it's about 20 minutes away from that game time. Meanwhile, though, we have this one to wrap up. The Rams 30-point winners in the first game of tonight's action in the Sub-Region 8 Quad A South Tournament on WGFS AM 1430. We get to ramble on a little more from Newton High School, where the Rams pull off a special win over the Rockdale Bulldogs. Newton Rams 78-48 over the Bulldogs here in what is still the first round of the Region 8 Quad A South Basketball Tournament. Chris Bridges is with us yet again. Chris, what do you think of the Rams' 30-point win? And we want to add in a couple of extra notes here that'll be of special interest to Ram fans. 4 of the 5 starters for the Rams were in double figures. We'll get into the specifics in a moment. But another big factor in this game, off the bench, the Rams outscored the Bulldogs 23-6, and that's a big reason why you win by 30.
That's right. This game went about like I had expected it to. Like I said, you and I have talked about you don't want to overlook anyone in a tournament because you can't. Because if you lose, whether it's no, well, we'll get them next time because that's it, you're out. But after Newton got over their jitters early on in this game, they really controlled it from about the second quarter on. It was all Newton. Key, like you said, was strong bench play. And I don't know the exact count of how many times it happened this year, but I'd be willing to say that on 6 or 7 occasions this year, every player on the Rams roster scored in a game. And so when you have a situation where everyone scores, that usually means you're way ahead in the game, you've got the whole bench in there. And when you can do that, I mean, you're in pretty good shape. Now, it didn't happen tonight. Not every player for the Rams scored, but several did. The bench got a lot of time. Several of the starters and the key players got to sit out the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. No chance of getting hurt when you're sitting on the bench. And that's something you definitely want when you play Parkview Friday, assuming Parkview wins tonight against Winder. You want to be at full strength. You don't want to say, well, we would have won if, this guy hadn't been hurt and this and that. So Newton goes into that game now, whoever it'll be, at full strength, and that's what you want.
Speaking of full strength, you can tell that top to bottom, this Rams team is a very solid team. Richie Cleary, the leading scorer with 15, and off the bench, Kibwe Stanfield was second. He had 14 points. These counts are by all means unofficial. Chris, so
right.
you and I may differ.
Yeah, well, Richie did start the game, but Kibwe came in not long after that. But Richie kind of lit it up there in the second half from three-point land, and along with Matt Eastday, who also had 3 from three-point range, if you will. And he finished with 10. But like you said, just scanning here at the unofficial scoring that I kept, looks like 5 total guys in double figures and a couple more with 8. So not a bad night's work.
Including Michael Dunn, who came in the fourth quarter. And you see some bright spots, as we mentioned, on the bench here for the Rams. Another one is Michael Dunn, who basically played portions of other parts of the game, but in the fourth quarter really came alive and scored those 8 points.
Yeah, a quick word about Mike Dunn here. For some of the people who may not know, he played on the varsity team a year ago, but then because of other commitments with school and that type of thing, decided not to come out for basketball for the first part of the year. However, after Christmas, as unfortunately is oftentimes the case, a couple of academic casualties and a couple other players were hurt, and the Rams were their squad was dwindling down there at one point. And one day, Cantrell Horton and a couple other guys went to Michael and said, would you consider coming back out for the team? And Michael told me, said he thought about it about all of 10 seconds and said, sure, I'll come on back out. So since then, he's probably been on the roster probably for the last 7 or 8 games. That's just a guess. I don't know the exact number. But he has made a big impact off the bench. And just like tonight, he had 8 points, he had 4 rebounds, and he was kind of, to an extent, directing traffic out there at the end. He's a senior. He's seen a lot of floor time, so it's not like someone who hasn't had a lot of experience in the past. Michael's an experienced player. He's a smart player. He knows what his role is. He doesn't try to go out there and shoot a three-pointer. I mean, he knows that that's not his shot. Michael's a smart player, and that's the type of guy you like to have off the bench going into the game.
We've got to make one correction. Everybody in the starting lineup for the Rams was in double figures. I had Bryce Avery for 8, but he actually scored 10. So everybody in the Rams starting lineup scored 10 points. Actually, they scored exactly 10, all of them except Richie Cleary with 15. But now that we've made that correction, Chris Bridges, what would I have to pay you to get me a soft drink between games?
Well, let's see. Let me pull out my calculator here, see if I can add up something.
Don't I get the special Radio Man discount?
Yes, that would be $2.
In that case, it's an offer I can't refuse. Is that what you're saying? Chris Bridges with the Covington News. Thanks for being with us. Hopefully we'll hear from you at halftime of this next game. Speaking of which, we might as well talk a little about this. The next game we're going to see here, the Newton Ram girls against the Parkview girls. And the big story for the Rams this year is a team that is filled with youth and a lot of potential. And I wouldn't be shocked in the next couple of years to see this team compete with almost anybody in this sub-region. Of course, right now, as young as they are, they haven't had the chance to compete. But in the next couple of years, I'd look for some big things out of this team.
Sure, I would too. Like you and I talked about briefly on your show Saturday, 6 of the 10 players on this team are freshmen. Now, if that doesn't hit you right away as to what exactly that means, just think 12 months ago at this time, 6 of the players that are on this varsity team were gracing the courts at the middle school level.
Wow.
And now, I don't want to insult someone and say, well, middle school players are kids, but basically, when you think of someone that age, you think of a kid. But boy, you take a step up like this, no longer are you a kid. You're a big-time athlete. You're playing in Quad A high school. That's the biggest classification in Georgia against, the toughest competition. That's just all there is to it. And when you put that much youth out on the court, plus the fact it's not just 6 freshmen. You also have a couple sophomores, a junior, and then you have 1 senior. So it's not like, well, they've got 6 freshmen and 8 seniors. It's 6 freshmen, all of which play, every one of them. So it's just, when you take that into account, then it explains a lot about this year. However, like I said before, it'll be in my column that comes out in the paper tomorrow. The girls have taken some hits this year, but in a couple years, some of the big paybacks are going to start coming. And I just hope some of these teams that have beaten Newton this year by 50 and 60 points remember this season, because, you know what they say about payback. So, and it will be dealt out in a couple years.
Not only is he a great reporter, he's FCC friendly. That's Chris Bridges. Thanks for being with us, man. We'll talk to you at halftime of the Parkview game. Meanwhile, the search for a soft drink continues.
All right, let's do it.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes. This is the 8 Quad A South Region Basketball Tournament right here on WGFS AM 1430.
Covington's radio station, AM 1430.